Sit, turn, tap, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Well, guess who's back in the building? Of course, Homework Mike is sitting in with us, ladies and gentlemen, and your boy Jay Santee is here as well. What's going on, everybody? Wrestling Rundown, doing a social media share live for you guys exclusively, just so that you know. What's going on, Mike?
I'm doing good. I think I got that song out of my head for like a week because I don't know if you remember, we did the Backlash review with our impromptu guest, Mets fan Matt.
Oh yes.
And that song kept playing after the stream, and I'm like telling you, like, Jay, for some reason I keep hearing it. You're like, it's off. I'm like, I think you're fucking with me, but it's like, wait, it kept playing over and over and over again.
It was an earworm. It had to be something of that.
No. It was on your fucking side.
Hold on, something popped up over here. So yeah, I just have to say, Wrestling Rundown, ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Rundown. I have to say that this week's wrestling has been pretty interesting, to say the least. It's showing that the tides are shifting when it comes to, I would say, fandom or lack of fandom, I have to say.
The tribalism at its worst.
Yeah, it's at its worst and it's at its best right now. But also to say that, go New York, go New York, go. Come on, Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan, but just for New York's sake, let's get this dub. You know, get to the Eastern Conference.
Would it be special to have like parades in a row for the Rangers?
Well, I'm a Rangers fan, so I'm hyped about that. Yeah, that I'm good with. But as for
the Knicks, and if you're a Yankees or Mets fan, you're either happy or crying.
I would have loved to see Boston, the Bruins, win, just so that you'd have possibly seen New York and Boston in both series.
I would love that.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. But
I mean, the people have asked for the video. We want Boston, okay?
Yeah. So that and apparently that's been the reasoning. Some may say that the viewerships on said shows are going down is because of the sports. You know, the playoffs are going on. So it happens every year. It's nothing new.
Same during football season.
Yeah, it happens every year.
Monday Night Raw gets killed on Monday Night Football.
But I laugh because
might be different when they go to Netflix.
The tribalism, yeah, because you may never know what the hell it is, period. So, but the tribalism is always, well, everybody's talking about AEW's ratings and viewerships. What about WWE? They lost 1 million something. And I said, yeah, that happens after every Mania.
It's a norm at this point.
Yeah, it happens after every Mania. That occurs. It is what it is. But even still, I had to explain to the listener last week because they were talking about that the pay-per-view buys for Backlash was the lowest ever. And I said, yeah, people, the WrestleMania buildup, everybody went and bought Peacock. They subscribed to Peacock. So that's why nobody's buying pay-per-views.
Also, guess who's before Mania, you had The Rock on every week. Who's not around right now?
Right.
The Rock. Roman Reigns is not around anymore.
Yeah, but everybody realized, they said, fuck this. I'm not going to sit here and buy pay-per-views anymore. When I could go, if I'm going to watch, I could go to Peacock and I'll get it there. Nobody's doing that. So, nonetheless, guys, as always, I am your Norm McDonald of this segment, and this is your weekend updates wrestling.
And I'm just here.
Rundown. Yeah, you're just fodder. Don't worry about it. You're just around. So, just to kick off Wrestling Rundown this week, WWE had maybe impossible talks with Jesse Ventura for a Legends deal. I'm kind of shocked by this.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, the person he hates is gone. So what? So it's not
Well-
surprising that he would love to do business with them again.
Well, yeah, that's true. And the other thing is, Jesse has been, not to say a bit off, but as per his feelings for WWE, period, has been a little bit slight, especially with knowing that anytime Hulk Hogan could pop up at any moment. So, but the man has, he's come back once or twice, made a announcement and such. And for a Legends deal, I think it fits him fine. I just find that is odd happening now.
A Legends deal, a possible in-game character next year.
Right.
That's the norm at this point.
Speaking of Legends deals, unfortunately, it seems as though, and I mentioned it before, I think Jerry Lawler's out of his Legends deal.
Yeah, his commentary contract is.
Yeah, and
Can we be real here about that too? Did you really want to hear Jerry Lawler anymore? Because the dude says he doesn't watch the current product. So you want him to sit on the pre-show panel and go, "Oh, I remember when Randy Orton was this and that," and he doesn't bring anything insightful,
Right.
And like if you put him on Raw or SmackDown, like I just said, he doesn't watch currently. He's dealing with his own issues at this point.
yeah, apparently he had another stroke, so it's not good. So the man's had health issues for some time. I remember he had a heart attack live on TV. So
He died.
yeah, pretty much. So he's in his 70s, and God bless him. He was wrestling well into his 60s. So God bless him. So maybe it's time to just peel back and just sit back for a little bit and just relax.
Same with JR and AEW. There's no need for him to be on commentary anymore.
Well, Jay,
if you want to bring him in for the big matches, do that. He's fine in that aspect. But like those early like pandemic shows with he's doing the commentary, he goes, "Let's now go to WWE champion Kenny Omega." Oh God,
I still to this day believe that he was drunk. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Oh, absolutely.
That man was on the sauce. Next up,
there was funny sound bites from him in AEW though. I mean, when people are singing Judas and they cut to a fan that dressed up like him, and
right.
they stay on him, and you hear JR go, "Wait a minute."
Staying on the WWE side of things, there's a possibility that a Royal Rumble will be in Saudi Arabia in probably 2025, 2026.
You had the greatest Royal Rumble. What more do you want? I saw this too because this is for Rumble and a possible
Mania. I don't see it happening.
No,
because
you're not their own version, but not the real.
Yeah, the time that you're gonna have it,
it'll suck.
Yeah. Nobody's not gonna. I mean, it fits, but I don't think anybody really would want to watch a Mania at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And when you think about it too, what's WWE's biggest event is WrestleMania, and that's the event where everybody comes from all over the world.
Exactly.
If you just seclude it to Saudi Arabia, you're limiting your pretty much like 90% of your audience,
right?
Because a lot of people are not going to pay attention to Saudi Arabia. Not to against Saudi Arabia, but that travels a little more ridiculous from London to New York. You're going from in London to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Plus, I still consider it the Blood Money show. And to be honest with you, I think they're really trying to get out that deal as fast as they can.
Well, it was a 10-year deal and it's almost over, right?
It was a 10. It was 10 or 8. Yeah, it was 10, and there was a certain amount of pay-per-views that they had to give them. They had to give them a certain amount of events.
I remember it was like twice a year.
Yeah, so I think that they're really trying to really get out of that deal as soon as possible.
That was a Vince call, right?
Of course.
I assume once it's up, they're not going to renew it,
right? Also, there was speculations and talks that Vince wasn't a big fan of international pay-per-views anyway, because once again, the time it takes away from pay-per-view buys and viewership. So he was not a big fan of having international shows.
Did you also notice too back in the day the more times when they referred to the crowd as Bizarro World? When they went overseas. I mean, nowadays they don't even call it that anymore. They're like, "Oh, look at them, they're having fun."
Right.
It was. I definitely feel Vince felt something when fans would cheer the heels and boo the baby faces.
Right.
So that's probably why he didn't like to do anything overseas.
Yeah, there's a lot that's that plays ahead, because I don't believe he was a big fan of the audience taking over the show.
Exactly.
Where in this day and age, it's the
common.
the common and actually the more fun aspect
yeah.
of the show.
I mean,
Now-
that Backlash crowd, we praised it at the review, and then, I mean, yeah, it's still the top best. crowd
Yeah,
we've
but you
had
know
in
what? At the
years.
same time, too, it's like some believe that you're actually taking the attention away from the match,
Mhm.
but that's not the audience's fault. It's the wrestler's fault.
They need to
Oh,
react.
because they have to gain and garner the fans' attention. So
Yeah.
that's what you do.
They need to think on their feet about, okay, the crowd's doing this. Let's capitalize on it.
Right. We're gonna go to the mass unit doing any injury report. It seems as though that we have some wrestlers who are now more are hitting on both sides of the promotions. We have conversations have been shared that saying that Ivar's injury is not a work, that it's actually a shoot injury. He had to go and get some
He confirmed it himself too.
maybe some back surgery and such.
I feel like this is like second back.
Yeah.
The dude's a big guy, and the way and his style, he does those cartwheels, he does springboards.
Mhm.
It sucks because in the back of my mind, I was thinking this guy, if he gets hit with another injury, he could be done.
Yeah, and there was almost some indication that could have occurred, that it was there.
On an NXT taping.
Right. Also, same could be said for Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor's out. Looks like the possibility of the talks is that his career is done.
Somewhere JR is happy as fuck.
Not JR, Cornette. Yeah, that's Corny's favorite wrestler at the moment.
The Kentucky gentleman.
Yeah.
Also, that one sucks because he's been doing it a long time, and you don't want to see anybody go out and be forced to retire due to injury. But that might be the case for Mr. Chuck Taylor.
Yeah, Athena was recently injured on Ring of Honor as well.
That pisses me off.
She's
too.
out. They're not saying the length of her injury, but seems as though that she injured her ankle during a match.
She couldn't even walk.
Right.
The curse of Ring of Honor.
Please. It's just Eddie Kingston's out. He just had surgery, but he's good because he's in front of his crib smoking a blunt, chilling.
I'll go into it when we talk about Dynamite later.
Right.
But Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it seems like there's a huge mass unit happening going on. So hopefully everybody gets well soon, and it's part of the business, man. Everybody knows that's wrestling.
Freak accidents.
Yeah. Staying on the topic of AEW, congratulations to the Jaguars. They are getting new renovations to their stadium. I thought they just had renovations to their stadium. They're just investing more into that franchise. What does that have to do with wrestling? Well, of course, we'll get new innovations and new spots for the stadium rampage. Or
I'm surprised
the Stampede, or whatever the fuck it is.
Not for nothing, Jay. How many years have they been doing stadium WrestleManias? Over a decade now.
Oh, please, yeah.
TK, you have an arena at your disposal. You don't want to make a big event out of it.
They know they're not going to sell it out.
I mean, you do daily space, but you don't want to try.
They know they're not going to sell it out. Overseas is so different. They're such rabid fans because they don't get it often. So they'll come out in droves. They'll fly and drive distances just to get there. As per here, it's like there's a huge fan base for TNA overseas. They love them over there. Ireland, Scotland, England, India, they love TNA over there.
Oh my God.
They're accessible over there. They just had a pay-per-view and they only sold 500 pay-per-views. That's insane. They need to move to an app. If they move to a streaming service, I'm on board for all of it.
Well, they do have Impact Plus. Might as well just stick to that.
Or just
offer it as like your weekly shows and then exclusive content.
No, the easiest thing for them to do is just to get a deal like like on Impact or like on Max or like a Netflix, something like that, something of that accord. It's easier. Nobody really wants to spend money for just a wrestling app. Nobody's doing that. The best thing that WWE did to showcase that was like, hey, the WWE network was cool. We had a lot of people that was on it, but at the same time, get on Peacock, make it easier. Now get on Netflix, make it easier. It's just a simple thing.
and hopefully AEW does the same as well. I mean, we're 5-6 years into the company now. It's time to announce a streaming service for them.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that in a minute because we spoke about it off mic, but we really got to discuss what's going on over there. I got on the show this week discussing what's going on with Serve and even both champions on each show's respective shows, the Cody and Swerve. I discussed that, but we'll
I'll
I'll
get on that because I was at a recital.
Yeah, I'll give you a rundown of it later on down the line. Staying on with AEW, congratulations to Cash Wheeler. His case was thrown out. So kudos to you. Gunshots, boy. Block, 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 block. Good shot. Good one, boy. Good one. Yeah, apparently Florida, it's Florida. It's Florida. It's like, but it seems as though that in any case he wasn't in the wrong anyway. The person.
Yeah, when you read the case, it's just it's black and white. Dude was defending himself or just
right. The guy apparently the other person in the incident was driving recklessly, almost drove him off the road, Wheeler off the road, and Wheeler approached him and basically stepped to him, said, what are you doing again? Gun came out. Whoops. So so apparently that's a closed case there. Congratulations to Cash Wheeler for avoiding any kind of.
Now he's ready for anarchy in the arena.
Yeah, that's we'll get to that. Staying on AEW once again, did you see Ricky Stark's comments about CM Punk?
I heard about it.
Yeah, he pretty much states that he has no beef with him, has no heat. There's no reasoning for him to have any issues with him. He says they paraphrasing here that they were cool in the back, exchange pleasantries at all times, and he can't vilify any reasoning to have any issues with him. Between you and I think he's leaving.
Because this was bring up too. He says all that, and then the next paragraph he goes, I don't know why they don't have anything for me on TV right now. Because guess what, buddy? We all know deep down inside, you're gonna go to the other place and you're gonna succeed. Do you fail? But it's gonna be on your accord.
Do you think that there's actually? I mean, because we mentioned it before that I love to see that the wrestlers are unifying once again. That they're they're supporting each other.
People WWE love the fact that there is an AEW,
right? And down the line,
which is acceptable because God forbid they get released, they have an option to go out there.
And there's always this regardless of what it is that people may say the tribalism and stuff, but there's always that camaraderie between wrestlers and such that they always support each other.
Right.
We saw Bayley and Naomi support Mercedes Moné at her AEW debut and such. Ricky Starks was at WrestleMania watching Cody. Do you think he got heat for that?
I think the fact that he got caught on camera probably pissed his big.
And it's not the first time.
But I think like Tony Khan's like at this point getting annoyed about it because it's like. It's probably like there's somebody going up to him and saying, just so you know, Ricky is at this event where he's being videotaped. Where if Tony Khan had his way, he'd be like, no problem going, just don't get filmed. Because he knows that the people are gonna tag him in it and say, look at your shining star, your next bright star showing up for the other company.
So
because again, it goes back to the trolling that people do for Tony Khan, which Tony Khan always falls for it.
So I saw there's someone in one of the groups that I follow that they were discussing, and he said, well, how is it that Punk gets thrown out during an event and Ricky Starks did? Ricky Starks bought a ticket.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, remember when Punk was in Chicago, but he was injured or he was on suspension, some shit like that. Right. And he pulled up to WWE. And the old man was still there.
Oh, right. He was backstage, and they said, apparently panicked and said, "Get him out the building.
Get him out the building," and such. And they were still cool. He was like, I understood. He says, I went to go just to see a couple of my friends. I didn't have.
He said hi to the Miz, and Miz was like, "Fuck him, get him out of the building."
It's like, and he went to go see. He said he blamed Bayley. That was the funny thing. He's like, blame Bayley. It's her fault. But yeah, he went, and then somebody was like, "Well, why didn't anybody do that to Ricky Starks?" Ricky Starks bought a ticket.
Yeah.
He was in the what is it, the executive suites or some shit like that. He was up there.
And also, guess who he was next to? Dustin Rhodes.
Right. Oh, look.
Another one of your fucking workers.
Oh, look at that. Hello. So Like,
Dumbasses.
now,
I mean, listen, I hope the dude's contract is not as long as people suspect it is, because if they're taking him off TV, because we know the last time he was on TV, he got hurt.
right.
Or
But he said
he got hurt,
right.
but he was actually fine. What is the weight on? We know, like, with certain people in WWE, there is a reason why certain people are out. But
Right.
for Ricky, it's like, what is the reasons?
Oh,
But
God, listen, I'm telling you right now, that guy
fucking NXT would love to have him.
I was just about to say that he is going to be a fucking star in NXT. It's going to be fantastic. And I'm gonna love when they show
Sticky Rocks is gonna be great in NXT. I was going through like the AEW roster page too, because I was hoping to do this.
It'll probably be Richard Storks or some shit like that.
More than likely, yeah. But I was looking through the roster. I was like, if AEW does like a Black Friday or they cut people, I was like, I have a list of people that I'm ready to cut. You can cut Angelico. You can cut Bandito. Cut Buddy Murphy. Cut Jake Hager. Cut Jeff Hardy.
Mhm.
Cut Keith Lee. Cut Miro. Ricky Starks. The Butcher. The Blade. Wardlow. Powerhouse Hobbs. Paige Van Zandt is still in this company.
Really?
Yeah. And Rebel. She's still there.
But she does other stuff for them, though. I think she does like makeup and shit for them as well.
I guess so. But if you're on the roster page and they're not using you, like a lot of those guys like Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, they're out for injury or just stupid reasons. But
Yeah.
I see them going over the opposite way. WWE, they'd be so much better.
You know who I would love this with?
Powerhouse Hobbs, if you put him with Carmelo Hayes as his new heavy, that would work perfectly. And I know you look at me like, you put the black people back together.
Okay.
You put them together.
It's Racist Mike show. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. No, but you know, you know what? I would love to see Butcher and Blade at. I would love to see them in TNA.
I was about to say TNA.
Yeah, they would look great.
If you put Bandito and Helico in the X division,
right.
Jake Hager, fuck him. He can do UFC, whatever the hell he's doing. Jake Hager could probably be Jake Paul's next fight that Jake Paul can win.
Miro's dying to go back. I don't care what anybody tells me. He's dying to go back.
Keith Lee could go back to WWE. Buddy Matthews, we know how
I'm kind of worried about him. I think Keith Lee had some really bad issues going on with him. I don't know. I'm sure if he's even fit to wrestle these days.
Jeff Hardy, TNA as well. Because if I'm WWE, I'm not bringing that fucker back.
Well, Hardy and both the Hardys, they're definitely just waiting it out just so that they could go back to WWE and go in the Hall of Fame. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
they're done. And I could see Matt. Being a trainer at the PC. I could see him doing that.
That's fine.
And Jeff just doing like guest spots or appearances and shit like
Jeff's
that.
doing more concert stuff. So he's keeping himself busy. But I look at those guys on the roster page, and then you have like another Ring of Honor roster, and you just, my head wants to explode.
By the way, another one that I said is dying to go back to. I don't care what anybody tells me. Samoa Joe, he's dying to go back. I don't care.
I was like,
dying for him. He's dying to go back. And even it's just not to wrestle. It's just to be what he had before, the gig that he had before he left NXT. That he was in the back working with putting matches together as a booker and such. Dying to go back to NXT. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Black too, but now they're using him.
Yeah, but I think right now that's basically his swan song. Like it's another one that he's like, yeah, I take it or leave it. I can go. I can get out of here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the Ricky Starks saying, "Oh, there's no heat." Meanwhile, I don't know why I'm being used. Is you just basically answered your own question, buddy.
Speaking about leaving, there's talks that Wardlow might be asking for a release himself that he's looking to get out as well. Good. Good. Another one who will be a fucking megastar at NXT.
What would his NXT name be?
Dow War.
Wah, wah, wah.
I mean, no, you know what he would need? He would need like a whole new look. I mean, name
no suspenders, no singlet type thing.
Yeah. Let him give him
let his hair grow back out to that ponytail type of thing.
Give him a whole new image. Give him something so different. It would be funny that if they would have him link up with Tony D'Angelo and
the D'Angelo family. He's like he's like
the muscles. He's the muscle.
He's like Tony D's cousin.
Yeah, that like he's the muscle. Like that I can see he's the hitman. Like that kind of dude. I would like to see that.
Tony W.
Well, Wardlow is I think that is his real name or some shit like
Tony?
that. No. I think Wardlow is his real name, like some shit like that. So Yeah, look it up. I believe it is. There's discussions that he's unhappy with his current situation with AEW. That apparently that as an early signee, he was promised more of a more prominent look down the line in the future. He hasn't been getting anything. What's his real name?
Michael Wardlow.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So
Michael Austin Wardlow.
so look, Michael Austin.
Wardlow.
Yeah, right. Wardlow.
I mean, they let Jade Cargill keep her name, so might as well let
I think
Wardlow.
she owns it.
Yeah, but still, like,
Yeah.
again, we see this thing when people come in, they change their names. I mean, Brian Pillman Jr. isn't Brian Pillman Jr. He's Lexus King.
But I think he wanted that change as well.
Right, yeah.
But look at what they did with Tonga Law. They just changed it to Tonga Law. They just changed the A to an O.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. They just changed it.
Because I think for years we've always been like Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
Yeah.
Like if you could put those names together, like Tama Tonga Loa.
Yeah. So it's basically like
Also, whoever's watching this, please put in the chat. What does NFT stands for? Please, if anybody's watching this live,
MFT.
my fucking Tongan,
Motherfucking Tigger. Like
motherfucking Tongan.
Motherfucking, that's my motherfucking Tongan.
Yeah. Because it's the annoying thing with WWE with like Seth freaking Rollins or Dirty Dominic. It's like, why do we have to have these stupid nicknames?
Well,
Big Bronson Reed. We get it. The fucker's big. we don't need to emphasize that.
Big Bronson Reed.
I mean, shit. Like if I was a wrestler, fucking Big Mike, I'm fine with that. But it's not like you put apostrophes next to big
Right.
and be well. Look at me.
And my 2K,
I know I'm big.
My 2K character has like 2 nicknames. It's like the Rebel, Jay, the Primo, Santi, or some shit like that. Like
You play around with the name generator
Yeah.
to get Jay Santi.
Oh God, thank you thank you 2K for your update this past fucking week. Jesus, you fixed some shit finally. God. Oh man. For you guys who have been watching, who's watching on the stream, or guys who are listening to the show as well. Listen, we're gonna be doing something on Twitch where we'll be doing the My Universe. Once I finish my rise, because I'm on the woman's one now, so I'm just trying to get that out the way so I can get all the
How far are you? Halfway?
I just went to I'm fighting as Psycho Sally.
There's like several parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
Yeah. So listen,
Did you get the 3 different storylines yet?
no, I'm not even there
You're
yet.
not even close.
Yeah, I know. So just give me time. And plus, I'm still building on the rosters
On
anyway.
what?
So
Oh, I was supposed to
yeah, for Universe.
Oh, for
not
you. I was about to say is that
Listen, blame brother AJ, okay? Because he went and bought a Steam Deck and then was like, "This is cool." And I went and bought a Steam Deck and like, it's really cool. So I've been trying to update that Steam Deck and do a lot of shit with it too. So blame brother AJ for that.
I forgot what the topic was we were talking about. What was it?
Shout out to
we're
boy,
talking about Wardlow and his contract. Right?
shout out to my boy Ricky on Instagram right now, showing love. Ricky, he believes that Ricky Starks is going to WWE. Oh fuck yeah, he is. Yeah, definitely. And I believe that Wardlow will be going too. Yeah. WWE was stupid not to take Wardlow.
I think WWE has always shown interest in them,
Right.
Even like during the pandemic, like they wanted these.
Remember, Ricky Starks was there in WWE in the beginning. That was his start. He had MJF too. MJF,
Yeah,
which by the way, there's also talks about that. What's going on with MJF? Is he gone? Is he? I'm like, he's already signed. I think he did. I think he signed a 3-year deal with
Yeah,
AEW.
he said it like after the Dynamite like 100 episode.
Mm.
He said, "Hey Tony, you fucking Mark, thank you for my new contract. I love you."
Yeah, like
Meanwhile, he was on TV basically saying, like, "I'm a free agent. Like the bidding war of 2024."
I'm not too excited for him to jump ship as of yet. Like I said, he's still young, so we could get
In whose case?
MJF's
Or Wardlow's?
No, I'm talking about MJF. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Wardlow's how old? You just looked up his name. How old is Wardlow? I don't think he's that old either. He's maybe in his early 30s. Maybe. Gotta.
No, I don't want to know his bio. Age.
Maybe in his early 30s. Has to be
36.
Oh, he's mid 30s.
Ooh.
Okay, well, looks good for his age.
Like,
But you know what? In wrestling, that's their prime.
I mean,
So
yeah, they would rather take the experienced dudes.
shit. Look at fucking AJ. AJ is like, he's
Mid 40s. He's about to be 50. Well, no,
he's
late
younger
40s.
than me. Yeah, he's younger than me. He's like 3 years younger than me. He looks better than fucking Cena this day. Like, honestly.
And all he does is drink water and work out.
Yeah, he looks, and look at Randy, same shit.
Oh my god.
Randy said the best thing that ever happened to him was to take that to do the fusion, the back fusion. And he said he feels like he's in his 20s again. He said his whole 30s was a mess for him. Like, it was just.
Well, remember when Rey Mysterio and this shit came back, like how different he looked, and this shit's like the stem cells. The stem cells. Yeah, stem cells does it as well. Kevin Nash does it. Which, by the way, did you see oh my god, the picture of him with his 8-pack?
It was fucking hilarious though. But that was AI generated.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
He did because I follow him on Instagram. He showed that picture first with the 8-pack, and everybody was like, God damn. And it was like, but you don't read, you have to read the rest of it, the whole comment description, the post of what he put up, and he put at the end that it's AI generated. And he showed his real stomach, and he still looks great. Yeah. He looks fantastic, but he equates that to the stem cell. So yeah. Science is great, bro. Science is great.
So Ricky Starks to WWE, yes. Wardlow to WWE, yes.
Bianca Belair pregnancy rumors, like, really?
She had it today, and then came back for her match with Tiffany Stratton.
Wow.
It's big. Apparently, Tiffany Stratton was called a racist for a video.
Yeah. I questioned the video for some reason.
Audio. It wasn't even her.
I know, but even still, it's like, okay, why use it? But in the same context, people were upset about it, and it was like, they had to be cleared. Yeah. Somebody cleared it.
Exactly.
And if you didn't hear anything about Jade having heat with it or anybody else having heat with it, then
it wasn't like Jade had a response saying like, you racist bitch.
Right. Like, there wasn't any backlash
because the news outlets were like, oh, Tiffany Stratton got pulled from SmackDown. Oh, Tiffany has no heat with WWE at all. They're actually impressed with her, continue to be impressed.
Right.
Listen.
Listen.
We need money in the bank.
Listen, I have the most racist guy on my show, so he would know racism when he's out there.
Somewhere Mark and Ray are laughing.
So yeah, I'm not too upset with that, guys. It's getting really hot in here, so if you hear the AC, and I'm under like 2 lights and shit, so I'm sweating my ass off in here. So don't mind
summer
me.
Is here, everybody,
and everybody knows a summer Santy is not a happy Santy. If anybody who listens to the podcast, you guys know that already. So the pregnancy rumors, I believe it's
false. I don't know.
I mean,
to be continued.
She went out there, wrestled against Tiffany Stratton. So okay, we're good.
Yeah, I guess so.
What else do you have? What do you have on your end?
Sammy Guevara is no longer suspended, but they have nothing planned for him at the moment.
No shit.
This is like his second suspension, isn't it? Because didn't they suspend him for his comments that he made years ago about Sasha?
Yeah.
How he wanted to.
I wonder how that's going on now that Sasha is Monet is in the company now. I wonder how that's going.
Will you about injuries before Will Yuta is still out due to concussion? Actually, he's doing multiple concussions.
But yet it's still the ROH Pure Champion.
It's a curse. Ring of Honor is cursed.
So why is he still the champ? Why
I don't know.
Why
I don't know.
Why we have not gotten rid of that?
Tony Khan, you suck as a Ring of Honor booker.
Yeah.
Media member Lucas Champion says that he was told by WWE PR that asking Triple H about Drew Gulak's departure was a no-no. It was a dumb thing to do.
That what?
That he asked a question about Drew Gulak's release, and WWE PR came up to him afterwards and said that was a dumb thing to do.
To release him?
No, at the press conference when this dude asked Triple H about Drew Gulak's release.
Yeah.
And Triple H responded with, no, it's just his contract ran out.
Right.
And he didn't resign. A WWE PR person came up to him then afterwards and said, that was stupid of you to do.
Why?
Because apparently, listen, a lot of the problems with these press conferences, if you have a question and it's legitimate, go for it. But if WWE or AEW, if you want things brought up, say it at the beginning before you go live. Because when we watch it live, we can see how awkward it is. How Triple H has to be like, oh, Drew was just simply contract right out. But meanwhile, it's like you just released 12 other people during the week.
Yeah, no, I get that. I could see where, yeah. At the same time, you know that they're gonna get backlash for it anyway, because they're gonna say we're not
Absolutely.
taking questions about such and such, such and such, such and such.
If you're letting the media come to your press conferences and you're telling them beforehand not to ask certain questions,
Right,
that's you're diminishing the point of the media.
right. So I guess I don't know. I'm 50-50 with that. At the same time,
I mean, the dude could be obviously lying, but
Yeah. but and you know what? It's whatever. He's really insignificant. Plus, the story is so ludicrous anyway. It's just it's such a stupid story. And by the way, he's been shown and been heard to be an ass anyway. Cody
Triple
Rhodes
H?
had Gulak.
Drew.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes a couple of years ago made comments about him when he was in the
Like he was like,
Indies.
"Fuck Drew Gulak."
Yeah, because he was like the guy was upset because I was drawing at an event that he was at. Fuck him. Like, who gives a shit? What else you got?
Max Caster blasts possible rumors of AEW bringing in Shelton Benjamin. He's saying that we have enough people in our locker room. Please stop bringing in outsiders.
I kind of agree with him. As a matter of fact, I would wish WWE snatches him back up and puts him back with Gable. I would love that. I would love to see just that whole clique, the Creed brothers, Shelton with Gable and Ivy. I would love that. By the way, I have that as a faction in my 2K
Of course
series.
you do. Kenny Omega shares his thoughts on Triple H's booking. I don't know what's the result of just what comes from his brain and his brain alone, so I can't comment to that. What I do appreciate is that he's open-minded to all the styles of the world of wrestling. I'm sure he probably prefers one over the other or some over others, but I like that he's giving everything a shot. And AEW fans were pissed
Why?
because it's tribalism at its finest. The EVP of the other company is praising the other company for their booking. Boo, you fucking Mark.
You Mark. You Mark.
Fuck you, Kenny.
But Kenny, once again,
Kenny is the most
it's
open-minded EVP
Yeah, exactly.
in the
He's
world.
an equal opportunist for everything. Like
Right.
but you see, that's why I respect him. Even Cornette was like, wow, I'm kind of really getting into the fact that this Kenny Omega, this Kenny isn't really a bad guy after all. But it's true though. Like, I never really had any beef with Kenny.
Yeah.
I like him as a wrestler. I like him a lot as a wrestler.
Even the brawl out incident where it was like Kenny only cared about saving the dog.
And even that story was like kind of cute or whatever the case may be. But even so, I never
Out
had
of the
either.
three of them, he's the most level-headed one. Where it's more, he probably wanted to go to Punk's locker room and say, "Listen, like, let's talk. Like,
Right.
what is your problem?" Hell, even Punk said he texted Kenny, and Kenny was like, "Listen, I wished everything would have been better."
Yeah.
That was said publicly.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, he's many of his matches I fucking love. I love him. And certain matches I'm like, you didn't have to do that. But just him being who he is, and he's a genuine admirer of wrestling and wrestlers, it's a beautiful thing. Plus, I think he's homosexual, and I really want to see him come out, and I hope he does one day. But that's another story. In any case, what? Who said that?
Well, why do you think him and Kota Ibushi are the Golden Lovers?
Yeah, I know. I actually have that shirt too. No, but
It's not a secret, Jay. It's we know what Kenny Omega is.
He actually did a film that was like called, I forgot the name of the film that it was. It was I have to look it up. You look it up. It's like the Kenny Omega film. Look at the name.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, look it up. Look, it's
I'm gonna find some fan.
No, it's a
video.
short, no, it's a short film. Look it up, the Kenny Omega film. So, yeah, I believe that. Yeah, he's one of those guys that takes wrestling under consideration and has the mindset to be more of a fan plus a person involved in the business, and take all those tools and put them together to make what wrestling should be. And he's very, very keen on that. Plus, he's a gamer, so I can't be too much of a hater.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
he's one of us.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Omega Man, a wrestling Love Story
No, there's another one.
starring Kenny Omega featuring Kota Ibushi. Of course.
Oh God, no, there's another one. There's a
Why is Kenny Omega called the Cleaner? You don't want to know. I'll look up this afterwards.
Yeah,
if I get that as one of my options, I'm not.
What's the what's the other story you got?
In fact, AEW star Saraya is going to be showing up on an episode of Catfish.
Really?
MTV's Catfish. You have heard of the show?
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be funny if like the person that's catfishing the girl catfishing the guy is like, holy shit, Paige. I know you.
Isn't she like isn't she engaged or something? Or
I don't know. I have DLC came out for WWE 2K24 this week with CM Punk, the Sandman, Terry Funk, and the Dudleys.
Oh man, that's a great pack, man. Yo,
they included
the thing you can
certain weapons like a door, a barbed wire bat, and a light tube.
Oh my God, the things that you could do with Sandman is great. I'm glad that hack is getting such a good fucking getting a nice check right now.
Here's a tip: if you have blood on and you do the Sandman's entrance, he starts the match with red damage and blood.
Yeah, he goes in the ring bleeding already.
Yeah. CM Punk plays really well, honestly. Combo, if you're a combo type of player, he's that they fix his moveset to benefit combos.
Now this is what this. All right, so when I got the download, I got the pack, right,
and also the big update with the updated entrance.
Oh yeah, and JD McDonough got a different entrance now. I wish they would change his gear.
I fucking hated that because I just took him out of Judgment Day, so I have to put him back in.
Right. So I was I got the download, but then at the same time, for some reason, they downloaded a CM Punk alternate attire. I got that, and I had to go and delete it because it was the same one. It was the same shit he was wearing. So here it goes. You want to know the Kenny Omega movie? It's called Sissy Boy Slap Party.
Fuck off. You got to be kidding. Show me your phone.
Sissy Boy Slap Party.
2004?
Yep. It's a short film, ladies.
Thank God. I wouldn't want to watch an hour 30 of this nonsense.
Yeah, so I had to delete that. But the DLC is fantastic. I love it. And the update is great. They fixed a lot of stuff with Universe Mode. Not a lot, but they actually have it now to where if you make changes outside of Universe Mode,
it affects your
Universe Mode if you save it properly. So you don't have to do it twice anymore. Wow. So if you make a tag team outside of Universe Mode, but you want that tag team to be in Universe Mode.
Oh, is that when they give you like when you press save and they go for roster play or Universe?
Right, and you
press both.
Anytime that you did it before, it never did it. Absolutely. Now it does it. So now, if you want to remove Roman from the bloodline on outside of Universe Mode, you can save it, and then you'll do the same thing it'll save to Universe Mode as well. So that was great.
And the last thing I don't know.
Like I said, they updated some
Titantrons.
They
gave Niven and Green their tag entrance. Fire and Dawn their tag entrance.
Yes, and they give you the exact number of images now to let you know what you have because it was thrown off. Right. So you never know how many you're up to say that you're going to be over the cap. Now it's exact. It gives you the exact detail of when you're going to go over or not. So that's a good thing. That's a good look, especially for me, who's Mr. Downloader. So
and also, like, I love when they update entrances because before the update, they had like Mark Harvey and Wolfgang as like a Gallus generic entrance, and now they have their own significant entrances or separate. I'm still waiting for their trio entrance.
Yeah. Anything else? I'm just gonna go grab a beer. Go ahead.
You walk away probably with the most important one I was gonna bring up, but Undertaker has put forward the idea of a WWE roast similar to the roast of Tom Brady that just released on Netflix.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If they roasted Ric Flair, he'd be crying through the whole fuking thing.
They did it already.
No, but
they roasted him already. It was awful.
No, but WWE
he took over
roast?
the fucking show.
I remember I told you that, and it goes, I'm not the type of person to roast people, or this is not my type of thing. And everybody was like,
everybody's supposed to love the Nature Boy. Ain't nobody supposed to have anything bad to say about Nature. Woo!
I'm not that mean.
He's this is not. So Undertaker pitched the idea for them to roast him.
No, that WWE should do WWE roasts.
And who would? All right, so
if off limits, if you could do anything to any wrestler on a roast, who would be the biggest target?
Ooh, man, shit.
I mean, Triple H.
Vince is great. You're not gonna get him. Triple H, because you get a lot of carrying Shawn Michaels back shit, being a click whore, being Stephanie's fucking manservant. Like you'll get that.
You got China jokes up the ass.
Yeah, you'll get the China jokes. Cena will be a good punching bag. Cena will be a good guy for it. Did they roast Dwayne Johnson yet? I don't think so.
He'll be a pussy. Rock is too sensitive these days.
And then
he would not allow it. He'll tell them what jokes to say.
Yeah, with him, he's got a lot of stuff because they'll talk about his plastic surgeries and shit like that, and he fucking augmented his body and all that shit. Who will be good for WWE? Undertaker's good. Mick will be good because everybody will talk about how fucking cheap Mick is. he doesn't know how to fucking spend a buck.
Mick, remember when you said you were gonna retire and then you came back for the main event? Was it really fucking worth it, buddy? How are those books doing, Mick?
They'll just sit there and talk about how he just always has one set of clothing to ride around and wash his clothes and his gear.
I need to make sure I speak clearly because the fucker only has one good ear.
Right. Who else down?
Heyman. The amount of bounce checks jokes.
Oh man, throwing him, please. And Paul will be a good one too because he'll give it back when at the end.
Oh my god,
in the roasty, he'll give it back. Roman, maybe you got to get somebody who has been in there for a while.
If anything's off limits, you get this.
Michael Cole. Michael Cole could get fired on. Bruce Pritchard. Oh please, Bruce Pritchard needs to get fired on.
If it's off limits, somebody to Roman's gonna make a leukemia.
Shawn
Michaels.
Shawn is eating. They'll talk about his fucking drug addiction back in the days. His philandering, how everybody thought he was gay.
Shawn, look at me in my eyes. No. They'll do something.
Ding. Shawn, look at me. No, look at me with the other eye.
No, stop staring at Hunter.
It's like that would be, Shawn. If I was gonna say Shawn should be the first one, I think he'd be able to take it. And I think he's another one that he could give it back.
Kane.
There's gonna be a lot of conservative jokes. It's like
not a lot of Dr. Isaac Yankem or Christmas creature jokes.
It's not gonna. Somebody along the line is gonna
notice how we're saying a lot of the male. If they do females, they'll just be brutal.
They're too sensitive. They're too sensitive. The only one female, Stephanie, I believe, would take it.
Trish, the bog dog, the dog barking joke.
Nah.
Lena has been roasted for too many years, so she wouldn't do it.
You gotta get like I said, you gotta get you gotta get somebody who's been here for a while, like
and has a thick skin.
Natalia, maybe. Yeah. By the way, her contract is coming up soon.
Yeah, she's not leaving.
I don't know.
No, come on, Jay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Once she's done, she's gonna take over the women's division.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did like go away and go, let's say, to TNA and have her match with like Jordan Grace.
I do think let do something in a promotional. Let her go to TNA and work a match with Jordan.
She's done everything that she
also, let's
do.
be real here too. When Jordan's deal's up, she's definitely gonna go to WWE.
So she's done everything possible in WWE. What more can she do?
Yeah.
Oh. That's all you had there?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. All right, so let's get up to the main event. Bing, 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 bing.
This is where it's supposed to hit Bruce Buffer, but we're not doing that.
Yeah, I'll add it later. Post. So there's discussions now that Dana White have made about the WWE switching back their PLEs to Sundays.
And UFC would do Saturdays.
Well, the comment that he made was stating that it'll be a fight weekend,
Right.
combat sports fight weekend when these occur. So you'll have slap fight on Fridays, their pay-per-views. Who the fuck is watching that shit?
After he slapped his wife, the slap fight thing should have been over.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
UFC will be on Saturdays,
Right.
and WWE will be on Sundays. So you'll have a total package of that.
Boom.
Now, here's my issue with this. Why do we? I mean, I get it. They're under the
They're
same
all-
umbrella now. It's all the same thing. And if you're a fan of all of that, and let's say you are still buying pay-per-views, you're spending over $100 that whole weekend for that. Who the fuck wants
Is the
to
slap
do
fight
that?
thing on pay-per-view?
He's saying that there will be pay-per-views for that. So who wants to spend their money on that? That doesn't make any sense.
UFC is still making money, but really, like I can see slap fighting on my fucking block. On
much.
pay-per-view.
Pretty much.
I can go into Manhattan and see slap fighting and for free.
Yeah, I mean, the hell, you could go to any domestic violence household and see a slap fight. It's fine.
Oof.
In any case, to me,
If you're struggling, just
Why would
it'd be
you-
better?
why would you do that to the fan base? That's one. Okay.
Unless you're
Number two,
offering like a package.
right. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Because I think DirecTV does stuff like that. I know that at Seneca they bought a wrestling package, so they get all the WWE pay-per-views for a certain amount. I've got accustomed to the Saturday PLEs. I actually like them. I don't have to worry about
The quality of them have been tremendous.
that, and I don't have to worry about if it's an off weekend that I have to worry about work or something like that. Sundays, I get to chill and hang out or whatever. It's fine. Or even if I do work that night, it's just going into the Sunday and I'm good. I gives Saturday
like
I give Saturday a purpose. I don't want to see it go back to Sundays.
Yeah.
Let's just book around UFC. Let's not even have pay-per-views, PLEs during a UFC week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make your Raws and SmackDown like special events that week.
Right.
Bulk them up for 1 week alone.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
I've got accustomed to WWE shows on Saturdays. It brings more joy, honestly, because on Sundays it'll be like, okay, it starts at 8, probably end by 11. Gotta sleep for 2 hours and then gotta go to work.
Right.
That's for a lot of people's cases. On Saturdays you could watch it, sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes at night, and then you have Sunday the next day if you want to talk about it with your friends or if whatever you want to do. If you have a show like us, you have an extra day to record or review.
And to me, like I said, it
sucks for AEW though if WWE is on Saturday.
well, if it goes on Sundays.
Well, if WWE does a show on Saturdays, your Collision show, nobody's watching that shit.
Oh, they're gonna, what they end up doing? They'll probably move their fucking pay-per-views to Saturdays. They'll just be like Collision starts
That's also
before
thing
that.
too. It's like AEW's not doing the Sunday shows.
Right.
That's I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather them not run on the same weekend. That way, if you have like WWE one weekend and AEW the following weekend on Saturdays, that'd be my
Well,
ideal
we're
fucking thing.
going to be seeing it this upcoming weekend because we got a jam-packed full weekend shows.
Yeah.
So, that's going to wrap us up here on Wrestling Rundown. And for you guys who are watching and partaking in the social media live stream, thank you for taking time with us. We're going to continue the show because we're going to do some what we watched in wrestling this week. We're going to do that on the podcast. Make sure you download, subscribe, be a part of the vibe on all the podcasting outlets. If you're not already, do that there. And you get to hear the recaps for the rest of the the rest of the show and other stuff. So guys, don't go anywhere. Stick around and catch you guys in a second. And once again, thank you guys for your time.